The distance between two people isn't measured in miles, but in the silences you choose to endure. Dr. John Gottman, you've just found your smile again. You finally dared to post a happy photo on social media, and then your phone lights up. Hey stranger, hope you're doing okay. Your heart skips a beat. Why now? Just when you felt safe, sleeping soundly, and stopped checking their stories? Why can a few careless words derail your entire day or even your whole week? This isn't rare. In a world craving connection, there's one attachment style that's wildly misunderstood. The avoidant. They don't return because they love you. They return to test you, to see if you're still hooked to power play where you're the pawn. Every time you stay silent, they fire another test. A half-hearted greeting, a nostalgic memory, a fake just friends chat, an emotional crisis ping, even subtle jealousy ploys. The goal isn't reconciliation, it's to keep you in their emotional reserve so they can pull the lifeline whenever they want. If you've ever lain awake waiting for a response, questioning, what did I do wrong, or blaming yourself for being too soft, then this video is for you. Get ready to learn how to spot these tests, draw firm boundaries, and say no, so you're no longer the backup plan, but the leading character in your own story. Just as you start to feel peace after a breakup, when you finally sleep soundly without checking their stories, when you dare to smile freely, your phone lights up again. A single, brief message, hey, stranger, hope you're doing well. No meeting request, no apology, no sign of wanting to reconcile. Yet immediately, your heart flutters with hope. Could they be reaching out to come back? This is the avoidant attachment instinct at work. They aren't trying to mend the relationship. Instead, they build a reflex loop. If I pull away far enough, will they chase after me? And from there, 5 emotional switches are flipped one by one. Hello test. They drop a casual greeting, no real question, just enough to check if you'll respond instantly. This first click tells them you're still on the hook. Nostalgia probe. Next, they evoke memories. Heard our song today. Thought of you. These words act like emotional glue, drawing you back into the past and making you willing to open up. Friendship downgrade. If nostalgia isn't enough, they offer a backup plan. Let's just be friends. This isn't genuine friendship. It's a consolation prize designed to keep you within their emotional grasp. Crisis ping. When you remain silent, they unleash a crisis. My family is going through something. I really need someone to talk to. They exploit your empathy to see if you'll set aside your own healing to save them. Jealousy seed. Finally, they sow seeds of jealousy, flaunting a new date or happy moments with other friends. They want to know if you still care enough to react. All 5 switches form an emotional control loop, pulling you close enough to make you believe in a reunion, then pushing you away to make you chase. You blame yourself. What did I do wrong? Did I deserve to be abandoned? Meanwhile, you're just a target in a power game. But once you understand this structure, you stop falling for these pings. You recognize that they're not waiting for your love, they're waiting for confirmation. You're still available for me. And that's precisely when you detach, not out of revenge, but to reclaim emotional control and stop chasing the shadows of the past. Having identified the pull-ping phenomenon of avoidant partners, we now delve into why you fall into the emotional trap each time you get that half-hearted message. Let's explore the survivor guilt mechanism and the 5 emotional tests avoidants use to keep you on the hook. 3.1. Survivor guilt and the nervous system's defense. When your phone lights up with an unexpected, hey stranger, your instinct instantly shifts to survivor guilt. You wonder, did I betray them? Am I selfish for putting myself first? In reality, this is an automatic nervous system response. You were conditioned to absorb others' pain as your own. This deep-seated belief makes you feel guilty for walking away. But this guilt doesn't mean you were wrong. It shows you're over-responsible for someone else's feelings. Recognizing survivor guilt allows you to replace the thought, what did I do wrong, with the meaningful question, do I deserve emotional manipulation? 3.2. The 5 emotional tests. Avoidant partners won't call for explanations. They test you through 5 emotional checks, each flipping a switch. Hello test. Example, hey Weta, how's it going? Purpose, to gauge your readiness. A simple message reveals whether you'll respond immediately and reopen the door. Decoding, they don't seek reconnection. They want to know you're still available at their whim. Nostalgia prove. Example, heard our song today. Purpose, to evoke bittersweet memories and draw you back emotionally. Decoding, they measure if you're still sentimental enough to revisit the past and possibly return. Friendship downgrade. Example, I still want us to be friends. Purpose, to offer a consolation prize, keeping you in orbit without commitment. Decoding, if they won't commit, they need a backup to guarantee you're there when needed. Crisis ping. Example, my family's in trouble. Can I talk to you? Purpose, to exploit your empathy and see if you'll sacrifice your peace to save them. Decoding, using real or fabricated crisis, they gauge if you'll resume the rescuer role. Jealousy seat. Example, had fun with a new friend today. Purpose, to spark your jealousy and test how much you still care. Decoding, a jealous reaction confirms they still hold sway over your emotions. Each test opens a door for them to measure your attachment. You respond quickly, show concern, or display jealousy, and they pull you back in. You stay silent, and they escalate to crisis pings or jealousy seeds. The key to breaking free is understanding survivor guilt and these 5 tests. Once you spot them, you can pause, think before you respond, set firm boundaries, and refuse to let them manipulate your feelings. Get ready for the next reframing section, where we'll confront these behaviors head on and learn to stand firm in our own worth. Armed with the knowledge of survivor guilt and the 5 emotional tests, you're ready for the reframing phase, where illusions vanish and cold truths emerge. Once you recognize that the push-pull cycle isn't love, but an emotional resource extraction, your entire world shifts. You are not the problem. Wanting closeness, stability, and respect is completely normal. You're not too sensitive or too needy. You simply crave authenticity. And it's precisely that craving they've been exploiting. Here's the harsh reality. They're not wistful, nor do they truly want to come back. They're testing their power. Am I still important to you? Are you still willing to jump through these hoops for me? Whenever you start to heal even a little, they trigger another ping test, because your recovery is the greatest threat to a controller's power. Instantly, you realize every rapid hey reply, every dismissed pang of hurt only strengthens their hold. It's not connection, it's a performance to keep you chasing. What you called hope was actually a trap. The more you doubt yourself, what am I missing? Where did I go wrong? The clearer it becomes that the issue lies with them, not you. This is your wake-up call. You don't need permission to guard your peace. You don't owe an explanation to any testing message. You deserve a love without trial. The first step is shifting perspective. Instead of self-blame, you see each ping as a power test. You stop answering on autopilot. You give yourself space to pause, breathe, and ask, is this a genuine reach out or another test? Next comes taking action. Acknowledge. Spot the test immediately. Strategic silence. Delay your response so they can't gauge your availability. Clear statement. Once, deliver a brief but firm reply. I'm not participating in this testing cycle. Wishing you well. Silence. Any further engagement only fuels their game. Your silence is the strongest statement. Finally, you rebuild self-trust. The belief that you deserve an equal partnership without fighting for moments of intimacy. You shed the rescuer role to return to your whole self, complete, unbroken, and unapologetic. Pause, look inward, and choose loyalty to your own worth. Once you master reframing this resource extraction pattern, you'll never be the backup plan again. You'll be the star of your own love story, commanding, free, and in control. And when you've mastered spotting every ping test and reaffirmed your self-worth, it's time for the most crucial phase, healing and solutions. From here, your efforts go beyond just saying no. You embark on rebuilding your relationship with yourself, setting healthy boundaries, and restoring trust in what's to come. 5.1. Identify and end the tests. First, stop responding on autopilot. Every hey, stranger, or casual ping must be examined. What is the motive behind this message? Are they testing me or genuinely reaching out? Until you can answer that, don't rush to reply. Once you confirm it's a test, deliver a brief, clear response, 1-2 sentences, to close the loop. I'm not willing to give my emotional availability anymore. Wishing you well. After that, silence is your greatest ally. Any further reply only fuels the push-pull cycle. 5.2. Establish healthy boundaries. Protect yourself with 3 ramparts. No contact. Cease all communication for at least 30 days. No calls, no texts, no social media check. Limit content if contact is unavoidable. Children, shared work. Confine messages strictly to that topic. No emotional discussions or attempts at reconciliation. Core values. Clearly define in any relationship your non-negotiables. Respect, consistency, emotional safety. Anyone unable to meet these lies outside your allowed zone. 5.3. Restore yourself with no longer bearing their emotional burden. Redirect that energy toward your own healing. Journaling. Spend 10 minutes daily writing down each ping you receive, your triggered emotions, and how you responded. Reviewing after a week reveals your recovery progress. Self-care rituals. Build nurturing habits, morning yoga, reading a favorite book, park walks, or even a 5-minute tea time meditation. The goal is to reconnect with your body and emotions. Seek support. Share with a trusted friend or consult a therapist. Speaking out provides relief and objective feedback, helping you avoid the self-blame loop. 5.4. Rebuild trust in relationships. Once grounded, focus on nurturing healthy connections, family and friends. Invest time with those who've always supported you. They prove you deserve unconditional love. Observe and choose. In new or existing relationships, only engage when both parties proactively invest emotionally. No tests required. Practice saying no. When someone crosses your boundaries, late night calls, testing pings, emotional demands, you have the right to refuse. Each no strengthens your belief that you deserve respect. The true betrayal is not betraying someone else, but betraying yourself. When you choose silence over responding to tests, when you enforce no contact instead of chasing, when you lavish care on yourself rather than carrying others' burdens, you remain loyal to your truest value. Let every refusal be a step forward on your healing journey. Every boundary you draw is a brick in your freedom wall. Every journal entry you write testifies to your inner strength. You are no longer someone's backup plan. You are the protagonist of your own story, strong, worthy, and free. And now, as you've mastered spotting every ping test and standing firm in your self-worth, the final step is to take action and claim your inner power. You are not a backup plan. You are the main character. If you've ever recognized yourself being tested by an avoidant partner, drop a single period in the comments. It's your way of saying, I see this game and I'm not playing. If you're ready to end the push-pull cycle and choose peace for your soul, message me, I choose peace. I'll guide you on the path to regaining strength and emotional freedom. And if you want to dive deeper, receive a free toolkit on setting boundaries, practicing self-care after a breakup, and rebuilding self-esteem. Subscribe to the channel and leave your email below. You deserve a love that's not tested, but built on trust and respect. Step out of their playbook and write the happy script of your own life.